Mississippi State, very, very interesting situation because they don't give Zach Arnett a full season. They fire him before the Egg Bowl. They bring in Jeff Lebby from Oklahoma, who architect of an electric offense there from the Art Briles coaching tree by way of marriage. So that's an interesting tidbit. Take that for what you will. But he's now a first-time head coach in the SEC, taking over a program that really struggled. 5-7, will limp into this second off season sans the Pirate. But it's an interesting situation because this is still a roster, at least as it is right now, without Will Rogers, that is constructed to run an air raid style of offense. Zach Arnett took them away from that, a defensive-minded guy, but he still blew up everything with the offense and tried to force Mississippi State to go a different direction. I think the higher-ups in Starkville realized that's not the way that this program competes in the SEC. So really, as I look at it, my question to you, no matter the prowess of a head coach, where is Mississippi State's place in the new look SEC?
I think that they're kind of in that middle to lower tier, but can be real plucky if they get the right guys in place, right? I think they're the kind of team that can jump up and get you on a bad week and do that. I think the problem here, and I kind of talked about it just a second ago with Michigan State, it's more just what you can do with the portal and the dynamics of today's game, right? Unfortunately, the top players that are going to want to go and transfer out and find their opportunities, they're going to want to find programs that they can go in and make an immediate impact. If they don't see that, I don't think that it exists, right? I don't think that they go. And so for Mississippi State, I'm kind of in that same camp of like, okay, well, if Jeff Lebby doesn't flash immediately, right? If there's not a, oh, wow, look at that, they took Bama to the close game in the fourth quarter or something like that, then I'm curious to see if they can keep some momentum and get those guys in. When they get guys in, I don't doubt that they can. I mean, Starkville's a hard place to play. That's It gives teams nightmares and the cowbells and everything else. I mean, it's a tough place to play, a real passionate fan base. I just, you got to see the roster construction, and I don't know that Jeff Lebby is going to be able to construct a good roster. Again, this is just a question on the front end, is how well is he going to build his roster? He's got some connections. He can build a good staff. I don't doubt that. He's, a great mind, obviously in the Briles tree, so he's going to be good at offense. He's going to know what he's doing. And he's been good at his previous couple of stops. I mean, they've played good football where he's been. So I'm not doubting his X's and O's knowledge. I'm more just questioning in this era, when you're a player in the South and you're looking for somewhere to go, and you're one of those top echelon guys, you're looking a lot of places except for Mississippi State right now. And he has to find a way to change that. He's also got to find a way to recover the roster a little bit. I know Will Rogers left, or at least is expected to leave, is what it's looking like.
Yeah.
I can't imagine he'll be the only one of their, more talented players that's going to say, well, I don't really know the new head coach, and I'm trying to make a decision for me, and I just want to find a different place. He's got his work cut out for him, keeping the roster together. But if he can get his guys in the portal, maybe there's a couple connections from Oklahoma. Maybe he can grab a guy or two and start to roll. This is one that I'm a little less warm on than the previous couple. I think Elko is going to be really good at A&M. I think Smith's going to be really good at Michigan State. I'm a little bit in the doubting category on Lebby at Mississippi State.
He's obviously very familiar with the state of Mississippi, formerly on Lane Kiffin's staff at the SIP. Lane's been, trolling him, nudging him, tweeting a lot about it. Who knows what Lane Kiffin is really thinking when he tweets.
He tweets a lot about a lot.
He does. Volume shooter over there in Oxford. I like the fit overall. I'm curious to see what kind of recruits will now come in, who will stay home, who will come in from from around the country, and how they start to place in the new look SEC.
Gracious him! How about that?